Near the middle of the final assembly line, hydraulic arms pick up each chassis and turn it over. A small lift brings the engine to the line, and experienced hands swing it into the frame and bolt it down. The entire engine installation process takes less than 1 minute.
I could almost set up camp in the factory and live there and just watch what goes on, because to me it's just amazing the way the bikes get built and just total organised chaos.
The speed and efficiency of the whole factory is amazing.
To me, it's almost as amazing as watching a race bike going around a racetrack. To watch those guys, 10 or 15 seconds at a time, know exactly what they got to do, put engine bolts in, get everything in place. It's kind of like a finely tuned machine. It's a lot like a race bike.
As the frame and engine move down the line, sub-assemblies are added, including forks, wheels, brakes, and clutch levers. Body panels are fitted. Another new GSX-R 1000 is almost done.
Standing there and watching it roll on the line, and it was nothing, and roll off the line a few minutes later, a built motorcycle, and just the guys, you see them building it, next station, building it, building it, building it.
Each finished bike is pushed off the assembly line onto what they call a rolling road. The engine is fired up for the first time and run through the gears. The bike is connected to a dynamometer, or dyno for short, that measures engine performance and power.
There's always a run of guys that come on, they get on, they take it up to this little dyno, start up, yeah, so I go off the dyno, around the corner, disappeared. The next minute the guy comes running back and he's on the next one, it's like every 30 seconds, like, oh my God, this guy could run marathons, I swear, all day. It's just amazing.
When the test ends, a technician rides the bike across the factory to the shipping area. The first time this new GSX-R 1000 has ever been ridden as a real motorcycle. At the loading dock, the new bikes are placed inside metal packing frames, bolted down and covered with cardboard boxes. They're quickly loaded into waiting big rigs, the truck engines left running to avoid wasting time. By the end of 2007, 873,000 GSX-Rs have been shipped all over the world. This is where every GSX-R has been designed and tested. Suzuki's research and development compound in Ruyo, 30 miles outside of Hamamatsu, Japan.
We are in the Suzuki Proving Ground. This is a very home of Suzuki motorcycle, and basically outside people cannot coming in.
Suzuki discourages photographs of the complex, but it did open the door of its engine test center.
First time I walked into it, I kind of walked in and went, and I think that was a quite nice way of putting it. It looks worked in, it looks used, it looks like that's where people go and do work to try and develop things.
The GSX-R engine was developed and tested here.
Here's our engine bench test room.
With the engine bolted down to a test stand, computers measure RPM, water temperatures, and fuel and air mixtures. In another part of the building, they run a second series of tests called chassis simulations. Now, the engine is installed in a completed motorcycle.
This facility is for checking our, drivability and, running the simulation much more real than engine bench, and we can check more realistic engine feeling.
I was always intrigued by how much testing and how many man hours of engineering and thought and testing go into one motorcycle.
Suzuki saves the most difficult test for last, and it takes place on one of the most difficult test tracks in the world. The Ruyo R&D complex includes a 4-mile-long track. 2 of its 7 corners are 120-mile-an-hour sweepers. This is where the company test riders push each new model to the limit.
They've got bikes on the track, they come in, they pull things apart, they put stuff in, they send the test rider back out again, lap and lap and lap, come back in, change another part, put it out. That racetrack and that part of Suzuki is where a lot of